gone before.
Boldly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Winston, you know, the best predictor of future behavior is relevant past behavior.
Yes, sir.
And you don't have a great relationship track record. Just based on results.
Yes, sir.
And despite your legal advocate over here, I'm not talking about legal aspects. Relationship-wise, you don't have the best track record. And I suspect that you have a difficult time with intimacy. And there is a huge difference between falling in love and being in love.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people love falling in love because it's exciting and there's fireworks and, you know, it's that exhilaration of falling in love. And being in love is more predictable. There's sameness. There's a rhythm to it. It's not worse. It's just different.
Safety.
I don't know if that's you, but I know this. You don't stay. For whatever reason, you're not there long term. And the point is, you don't have to be in a relationship to be okay. I've said a million times, I'd rather be healthy alone than sick with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's where I am right now.
I just, do you want to say something to him?
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, I've got one word for everybody here, and that's prenup.
Okay,
but I'm just a lawyer, what do I know?
For all the rest of you at home, let me just say that there comes a point where you got to say, you know, there's a time to fight, and there's a time to say, you know what, it's in my best interest to move on. And maybe you cut your losses. Maybe you say, you know what, maybe I take some lumps on this one and maybe I move on. But if you think for a minute that you're going to undo pain and hurt by getting a pound of flesh through the litigation arena, that's not going to happen. And the best revenge is living well.
People don't like Dr. Phil. People in the chat room go, oh, Lord, you done got messy Dr. Phil on. Now, listen, what's your payoff? Just tell me right now, what's your payoff? Listen, even people that are messy got jewels. Now, I don't know nothing about him being messy or whatever, but clearly that was a jewel. Sometimes, instead of seeking revenge, you need to just go and mind your business. That's all. Oh, gosh, we got so many callers on the line right now. You're listening to The Voice of Reason. I'm on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm Zoe Williams, your host. Tonight's topic, let the venom hit 'em. Why do people, some people, seek revenge after a breakup? That's what we're covering tonight. Let me get back to my caller out of Atlanta, Nazarene X. Get in here.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Also, yeah. I think what it is, too, is that sometimes what we should do, however taboo it might seem, like, what we should do is come into a relationship with, like, premeditated or predetermined consequences. All Because sometimes it's like if we have a bad act, like if somebody gets charged with something, there's always penalties in terms of law. Like they tell you, if you do such and such, this is how, that action is going to swing back around and hit you. So to an extent, you don't really have to jump into the quote-unquote revenge bag if you have something established on the front end that's like, should X, Y, Z occur, these are the consequences of said actions for the good and the bad.
Slippery slope.
Maybe that could help.
No, I think slippery.
Yeah,
I think it's
slippery.
slippery slope. Right, predetermined consequences. Again, consequences is punishment, and punishment is God's
Not
business.
necessarily.
Yeah. I would say boundaries, because they're saying it in the chat room right now. Healthy boundaries, and many people don't have healthy boundaries. So maybe that's what you're saying. But when you use terms like consequences, they imply punishment. There will be consequences. This is how you raise young children. If you don't do your homework, there will be consequences. If you don't make up your bed, there will be consequences. You cannot deal with another adult like that. And I don't know who started this consequences kind of thing amongst adults. You're dealing with grown folk. You can't reprimand or police your partner. So when you use terms like that, the connotation is there is an imbalance of power in the relationship where one thinks they can impose consequences on their partner. Now, healthy people have boundaries. You do this, here are my boundaries that deal with that. Right? Now, I make the distinction when I say boundaries. Usually, I call them cloundries. Why? Because boundaries are ideological constructs, right? And if that ideological construct, this is what I do when somebody cheats. This is what I do when somebody lies. This is what I do when somebody steals, right? When there is when there is revenge, when there is ego, when there is unhealed wounds that are helping to right those boundaries, they tend to be inflexible. They tend to be rigid. That's what makes it a cloundry, because anything rigid is prone to snapping. This is back to Bruce Lee's philosophy when he's telling you to be like the bamboo. He's telling you not to be a branch because a branch can snap. He's saying be like the bamboo because the bamboo is going to bend with the wind. So again, most people have cloundries set up, fear-based, ego-based cloundries. And they get rigid and brittle, and they wind up breaking under the right kind of pressure. If you want a soundry, you have to be able to write those boundaries with a clear heart. Fear, ego, resentment, unhealed wounds should have nothing to do with the writing of these healthy boundaries. Does that make sense?
It makes all the sense. And I believe that because, especially in a larger scheme, some people use the fact that the consequences of treating others poorly, like the injustices and such, they haven't had said set of recompense from said bad actions. So sometimes you need to, in establishing healthy boundaries, you can establish what the consequences are within that context, whether that means complete separation from your intimate life,
right,
or whatever you determine those things to entail for you. So we're gonna keep raising them up. I'm all the way with you, one.
Hey man, you already know. I appreciate it, man. Hey, he brought Atlanta, Georgia in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building and talk about seeking revenge against your partner, now's the time to do it. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Non-judgmental conversation. We got a lot to talk about when I come forward.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Meet Joe A,
Hi.
Joe B,
Hello.
and Joe C.
What's up?
3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A is locking his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with AutoSave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect, support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Delivery's at the door. Can someone please unlock?
It's been an eventful afternoon with a spike in bookings at Claudia's event space.
We'd love to host Mermaid Fest.
She was already planning on having more event planners on hand.
500? That's a lot of tails.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family was founded to help address domestic violence and sexual assault in the Asian and the Pacific Islander communities. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family's mission is to build healthy and safe communities by addressing the root causes and consequences of family violence and violence against women. They are committed to meeting the specific cultural and language needs of the Asian and Pacific Islander women and their families. CPAF's vision is of an Asian and Pacific Islander community that embraces healthy relationships and works in partnership with other communities to eradicate all forms of violence. To access services, volunteer, or for more info, visit nurturingchange.org. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe everyone deserves to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason. It's a Thursday night. Oh, I got you thinking and I got you grooving. My playlist is my co-host, of course. Now, the playlist has been varied tonight, of course. We played Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em by Eric B. and Rakim. That was My Lovin' by In Vogue. I got a lot of great records tonight. And as you know, my playlist is my co-host. I like to think that it enhances the topic because it speaks on certain aspects and angles of what I'm trying to cover right now. You're never going to get her loving again, boy. You shouldn't have did what you did. Now, she might let you in a little bit, but you ain't going to get no more loving. Is that an act of revenge? Or is that healthy boundaries? I think that's healthy boundaries, right? You don't get back in here, boy, after what you did. Tonight's topic, man, let the venom hit him. We're talking about revenge. And when we came forward, we were talking about this idea of emotional catharsis, where you get like, hey, man, I feel better from doing this, right? I feel better. Emotional catharsis. That's an interesting angle, right? The act of seeking revenge can provide a temporary sense of relief and catharsis. By inflicting pain or harm on the person who caused them emotional distress, individuals may believe they are balancing the scales and finding closure. Revenge can serve as an outlet for pent-up anger, frustration, sadness, which allows individuals to release the negative emotions and they can move forward. Then there's social conditioning. Society often glorifies revenge in popular culture, Kill Bill, portraying it as a justifiable response to perceived wrongs. Movies, books, and other media often depict revenge as a heroic act. You killed my teacher! Oh, I'm sorry, Bruce Lee. It's just a throwback to the karate, Saturday karate. All right, reinforcing the idea that seeking retribution is a natural and acceptable response. This societal condition can influence individuals, making revenge seem like a legitimate option to restore justice and regain personal satisfaction. Now, here's a heavy one. Lack of empathy and perspective, which I believe a lot of people fall under this category. In some cases, the desire for revenge may stem from a lack of empathy or an inability to see the situation from the other person's perspective. When consumed by anger and hurt, individuals may become blinded to the potential consequences of their actions, focusing solely on their own pain and the need for retribution. This narrow viewpoint can fuel the desire for revenge, as empathy and understanding are overshadowed by a desire for personal vindication. Wow, heavy stuff. We got callers on. Who's been on the longest? Monique from Detroit. Get in here.
Hey, Will, how you doing this evening?
I am alive and well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I was just thinking about how you were saying that you would feel better if you did this. The one time I did revenge, I planned it, executed it. It was so mentally and physically exhausted, I didn't even derive any type of satisfaction from it. As a matter of fact, it was so out of character that I felt immature. And I said, and then I said, well, you know what? This is best to just refocus yourself and let, people do what they do, because it never fails that karma always lets me know how it dealt with you.
Some people think they can escape karma, but you can't. Karma for some people it comes instantly. For other people, it takes a minute. But when it catches you caught, right?
You're right. And I lived long enough to see it happen to, someone I may think have done me wrong, or the relationship didn't go, bad. They either call and tell me themselves, or they're seeking help, or things of that nature, or, it finds a way of, letting me know how it happened. And so I said, you know what, I'm glad that I don't take that road of revenge. Because when I tell you it was too exhausting.
What did you do?
Energy.
What did you do? We want to know. The inquiring minds want to know. You can, listen, hide the names. We don't need to know their names.
I don't need the names.
Make up a whole different location. You were in Bulgaria. And what happened?
I really wasn't in Detroit.
Oh, Lord.
I really wasn't in Detroit.
Okay,
I was living
tell
somewhere
us.
else. So I was living somewhere else, and I was living with someone, and they brought me to where they were, and they betrayed me and did all these things, and they were up for a big opportunity, and I was like, what can I do? So I ended up packing everything and shipping my things back to Detroit. But before I left, I cut one leg off of each pair of pants, every dress shirt, because I knew that he was going for a big opportunity and he would not notice it. And I put everything backwards so he wouldn't see that the legs was cut off or the sleeves. That's what I did.
You ruined his wardrobe right before the big job interview.
And I left.
And had your stuff shipped already. Gone.
Yep.
Oh, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. These people out here different.
And I charged my return ticket.
What? On his, you not only am I leaving, it's on your dime, and clearly your dime is limited because you got a job interview tomorrow. Oh,
it was
Lord.
it was bigger than a job interview. It was like a business opportunity.
Wow. You done cut off every pant leg. Cut off the left pant leg. Turned the pants around so they look whole. Cut off every sleeve. Flipped the shirt around so it looks intact. Boy.
Yeah. And that was exhausting, mentally and physically.
And how did God revisit your good deed onto you? I know God slapped you upside your dome piece. Revenge is a boomerang. What happened?
They came to visit me in Detroit.
Boom. Oh, you thought you was gone. You do know when you charged your ticket, we knew where you was going. Oh, Lord.
And guess what? And they did the car thing. They broke all the windows and slashed all the tires. And
wow.
I had a luxury car, so it was quite expensive.
Oh, goodness. Y'all got to be careful playing these reindeer games, because I'm going to tell you, Rudolph got horns. He got antlers. Please be careful out here in these streets, young lady. I appreciate you for calling and sharing and hanging on the line. Thank you. You brought Detroit, Michigan in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Let's get these callers in here. Who's been on the longest? Heru Ali, you already know. Battle Creek, Michigan.
Peace and love to the family and nations. Honor to everybody.
Here we go. Here we go.
Is it safe to say that we can describe humility is strength under control? Could we all agree with that statement?
Humility is strength under control.
Yes, but just because you have the strength to enact revenge doesn't mean that you should.
So self-discipline.
Self-discipline, absolutely.
I love that.
You know, in my minister bag, you know, the Bible says that.
Wait, hold on, because I definitely want this piece, but I'm gonna need those organs. Let's go.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to a visiting deacon to the voice of reason. Get ready. He is from another church, another ministry, but he is in alignment with the word this evening. He is going to speak on revenge in relationship as it pertains to the depths of self-discipline. His name is
my Lord,
Brother Heru Ali.
Yes.
Speak to us, my brother.
Amen. Praise the Lord, brothers and sisters. Thus saith the Lord, revenge is mine. Yes?
Yes.
Thus saith the Lord, revenge is mine.
My.
But he'll tell you to go kill a whole nation.
Yes, sir.
Because it's okay when he do it, but it's a problem when I do it.
My.
No, if thine eye offend thee,
yes.
Pluck it out. Wait a minute. If I do something that's offensive in my flesh, I'm supposed to pluck my... Okay, no, we ain't doing that. Joe, I think, you know, I have some intelligence report to give to you. Breaking news, I think most of your chat has been taken over by Russian bots because these folks is acting groovy. Respectfully, I love y'all.
But wait,
y'all trying to act like y'all ain't never took no revenge on nobody.
Come on, Heru. Have you taken revenge on somebody, Heru?
Absolutely. But guess what?
What did
the
you
vast
do?
majority of my revenge was being better than what they said that I was and outshining them.
No, wait a minute, Haru. You just called everybody out. Don't contradict yourself. You called everybody out for taking revenge, and now you're finna say the revenge you took in the majority was making your life better. Now, I don't want to hear about that.
Additionally,
because you calling them out. So what you come on now, Haru?
Additionally, several years ago,
Haru, your friend is about to ask you a very important question.
I'm listening.
What did you do?
Oh, I'm about to tell you right now.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to give balance to the force.
Okay, let's go.
Additionally, I was called by my brother several years ago over to his house about 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, bro, what's going on? He said, listen, man, this guy's trying to sell me this firearm. Can you come over and check it out for me, make sure it works? I said, sure. I came over there. I checked it out. I said, oh, man, let me see this. Oh, this is a nice-looking firearm. Where'd you get it from? It came from a soldier who had died in Afghanistan. Yeah, brother, that's the real deal. Well, what ended up happening was the brother left leaking from his forehead, being chased up the street naked, because what he had tried to pawn off on one of my fellow veterans who gave his full measure was a BB gun. And he got it lumped up, leaking, and naked. I stripped him naked and made him run through the neighborhood naked. Yes, I did.
Wow.
Instant revenge. Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen,
absolutely.
The views and opinions of Haru Ali is not the views and opinions of the host of The Voice of Reason or KBLA. Hey, what in the world? You got people running up the street? Oh, Haru. What?
Naked, yes. He deserved that. I think that was the lesson that he learned, and he had to give his pound of flesh. How dare you disrespect a fallen comrade who served this country and gave his life to try and protect your so-called rights in this country. Are you serious? Okay, we're going to get off of that because it was a little triggered. But here we go. With my ex. Here we go, talking too much about my ex.
Here we go.
Listen, I had to give her grace, one, because as bad as what happened in the breakup, she was still the mother of my children, my 4 children. So I couldn't sit there and say, oh, I wish this happened, wish this happened, because then my children would be affected. So all I said was, I wish for everybody what karma has for them. And then 15 years later, they called me and told me. I don't think they knew that they were giving me a karma report. And I was like, oh, for real? And I didn't say, that's what you get. I've been waiting on this. I didn't do none of that. I was like, oh, man, that's messed up. But when I got off the phone, I got jiggy with it. No.
Hey, brother.
Yes, I did.
Haru, man. I love you, brother. We appreciate the call. Thank you. He brought Battle Creek, Michigan in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we're going to be talking to the sisters, Houston, Texas, as well as Cleveland, Ohio.
The only thing you changed was love to hate. It doesn't matter what you do, what you say. She doesn't love you, no way. Maybe next time you give your woman a little respect.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The record-long heat wave shows no signs of letting up in the U.S. Over 2,000 heat records have been broken across the southern U.S., from California to Florida, since the first heat advisories were posted in early June. Forecasters warned the heat dome is expanding in Texas and in the Southwest, and triple digits could drag well into next week and beyond. The New Orleans City Council says Black Mayor LaToya Cantrell's office violated state law regarding political flyers sent out earlier this year. According to Council President J.P. Morrell, the mayor's office bought and distributed the flyers with city funds, but never revealed the cost. And a single winning ticket in the billion-dollar Powerball lottery has been sold in California. If you didn't win, about $720 million will be up for grabs in the Mega Millions drawing this Friday night. I'm Esther Dillard from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Need an accident attorney by your side? All you got to do is call the Accident Guys.
Injured in a car accident or at work? The Accident Guys can come to you almost anywhere, so you don't have to come to us. Se habla español.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Boldly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
You're listening to K-Drip, where we play all the best classic water-wasting hits like Watering Your Lawn During the Hottest Time of the Day and Leaky Faucets. They're tunes from another time because now that we face a hotter, drier future, every drop counts. Despite an extremely wet winter, keep using less water, fixing leaks, and reusing indoor water for your garden. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more ways to conserve. Up next, brushing your teeth with the water on. K-Drip.
Have you heard about Lendistry? Lendistry is a national black-led small business lender that is headquartered right here in LA. Once you've started your business, Lendistry provides flexible financing options starting at $50,000 to help you access the affordable capital needed to grow. Visit lendistry.com/KBLA to learn more.
KBLA Talk 1580 stands for Unity and Healing. African Focus Incorporated is a nonprofit organization based in California that focuses on the growth and well-being of Africans all around the world. Their mission is to promote the well-being of people of African descent through knowledge and appreciation of one another by building a bridge of love and understanding. African Focus Incorporated strives for cultural, educational, and economic growth. They're the organization behind the African Family Induction Ceremony, African Goodwill Awards, African Focus Trailblazer Tours, African Dance Competition, and Showcase Los Angeles, Family Day, Good News Windows Microfinance Project, and more. To volunteer, travel with African Focus, or to attend one of their community building events, please call 310-676-7730. That's 310-676-7300. Or visit AfricanFocus.org. This is a diaspora-wide community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. Sometimes we try to fit it all in. Sometimes we don't know what's in store. Sometimes we find what we're looking for. Sometimes we're rolling easy and free. Sometimes 1 and 1 makes 3. So much to love along this ride. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action is the youth component of the impactful CBO, known as the Community Coalition. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action has chapters at almost every South LA high school. Say Yeah, as they are popularly known, is located at 80th and Vermont, but serves young people all over South LA. Under the COCO umbrella, they train youth organizers, help underserved scholars prepare for college, and work with students to help them gain admission to top universities. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action fosters teen activism, where young people have led campaigns moving tens of millions of dollars to South LA schools and forcing officials to make AP classes available to students in under-resourced institutions. SCES scholars have taken part in the March on Washington, been published in major news outlets, and been elected to city council. Long before she was mayor, Karen Bass started the program when she founded the Community Coalition. To donate, volunteer, or enroll a student in South Central Youth Empowered Through Action, please visit cocsouthla.org. cocsouthla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Looking out across the night, the city winks a sleepless eye. Hear her voice shake my window, sweet seducing sighs. Get me out into the nighttime, for walls won't hold me tonight. If this town is just an apple, then let me take a bite. If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do it that way? If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do it that way? Reaching out, touch a stranger.
Hello and welcome back to Balanced Psychologies. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in this video, I'm talking about wanting revenge on the narcissist. Now let me tell you, you are not weird, you are not strange, and you are not unnormal wanting revenge on the narcissist, because let's face it, they probably deserve it. They actually do deserve it. And they have treated you so awful. They've literally destroyed your identity, destroyed your self-worth. And of course you're going to want revenge. Of course you're going to want revenge. Of course you're going to want to get somebody back for what they have done to you. And in this video, I'm going to talk ways on how you can avenge yourself on the narcissist. Okay, without further ado, we have a lot to talk about in this video. So coming to terms with what you have gone through is colossal. Okay, coming to understand that what you have been through is traumatic. And actually, in a word, it is abusive. It is abuse. It's narcissistic abuse. This person has literally molded their reality into yours, aka gaslighting, and they wanted you to believe that they are something else with their illusions of who they actually are. So it is only right that you would want to get revenge on this person, because the reason why you feel like this is because you know that somebody has done you wrong. You know that somebody has been awful towards you. And this is a very natural reaction to want to get revenge on somebody else. You are feeling upset. You are feeling very tired. You probably can't sleep. You can't eat. And all you can think about is all the things that they have done to you. And this is very normal to feel very uncomfortable in these feelings. And all you can do most of the day is ruminate on what they have done, you know, with intermittent periods of crying. And my heart does go out to you if this is what you are experiencing right now. And maybe some of you are, you know, a few months or a few years down the line and still wanting.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason back in the building live on KBLA Talk 1580. Revenge, man, is a dish best served cold. We called it tonight, Let the Venom Hit 'em. It's a heavy topic, man. In the realm of human emotions, revenge stands as a perplexing phenomenon that often rises from the ashes of a broken relationship. Gosh, from the ashes. Yeesh. Do we really understand revenge? Revenge at its core is a response to emotional pain and a desire for justice. You did me wrong. I got to get you back. I think revenge is petty. I think revenge reinforces the victimhood mindset. In my opinion, I could be wrong. It emerges when individuals feel wronged, betrayed, or hurt by someone they once held dear. How could you ever have held someone dear when you feel justified in revenge, even if they did you wrong? This is what I'm saying. Most people are operating with an empty gas tank when it comes to perspective, when it comes to understanding. You know what? Understanding, for most people, just understanding means accepting you when you're doing everything I want you to do. As long as I'm getting what I'm supposed to be getting, as long as you're doing right by me accepting you because you're giving me everything I want is also understanding you. Most people you with have no idea who you are. Soon as you pop off, they be like, I don't know you anymore. You never knew me. Am I lying? Do you know how many people are with strangers right now? That's why they can seek revenge. Because I never knew him anyway. So let me go attack that stranger who became human right in my face. Most people don't understand revenge. They don't understand where it's from. The act of seeking revenge is often driven by a need to restore a sense of power, control, and balance in one's life. However, revenge can also be seen as a misguided attempt to heal emotional wounds, as it perpetuates a cycle of negativity and perpetuates the pain you're trying to get from. Revenge is a boomerang. You go seek it, you throw it out there, you execute it, it's on its way back to you every single time. Right? From a psychological standpoint, revenge can be viewed as a defense mechanism. It serves as a means to protect one's ego and regain a sense of self-worth. Listen, you ain't worth nothing if you feel like you got to get somebody back. How can I steal from the infinite? How can I wound that which can never be destroyed, that which is indestructible? See, the problem is you've made the small you the leader of your spirit. See, there's a bigger piece in you that is connected to the divine. But because you've never seen it, because you haven't evoked the divine up out yourself, right, to be present to yourself, what has happened is you have crowned the smallest aspect of yourself as the leader. So when that little small you, i.e. the ego, gets wounded, the ego always got to be protected. Let me go protect my ego by getting revenge. You're not worth much if you think somebody could really hurt you. What, Zoe? What are you saying? Let's go deeper. Every pain you've ever been through in your relational life has led to a deeper understanding of yourself. If you got to go to university, don't you got to pay for it? Even the athletes on scholarship got to pay for it because they don't have the same schedule the regular student has. They miss out on a lot of stuff because they got a different workload. Huh? What made you think you're supposed to get high quality things from God and not pay for it in some way, shape, or form? You have lost sight of your self-worth. Sometimes pain is the direct conduit to expansion and growth, personal growth. A lot of people don't want that, though. They want the growth without the pain, without the irrigation and the cultivation, right? They don't want to plant seeds. They don't want to wait and watch. Listen, let me stop. I'm sorry. I digress. We got so many callers. I want to get them on right now. We got, what is this? Toya from Cleveland, Ohio. Let's get her in here.
Yeah.
What up, what up, what up? You're on the line. Talk to us. Please help me say your name correctly.
Well, my name is Latoya, and my husband's name is Anthony, and we are Antoya.
Antoya. Anthony. Okay. Anthony and Antoya. Welcome to the show. What are your thoughts?
How you doing?
I'm good, brother.
Yeah, that's my husband right there. He the ant part of the Toya. So, my whole question was about. I had the question about revenge versus vengeance.
Same thing.
Yeah, but I felt like revenge is something that we do to people on our own terms, and I felt like vengeance is something that the universe is going to take care of.
You mean like vengeance is mine, thus saith the Lord.
And he is the universe.
Okay.
I think revenge is something that somebody did to you bad and you want to get them back.
So let me just break it down for you real quick. Revenge from the etymological root of the word, late Latin, 14th century, revengen, avenge oneself. That's what it means.
Revenge is like somebody.
Hold on. Let me read through this real quick. Late Latin, 14th century, revengen, avenge oneself, from Old French, revenger, not the avenger, but the revenger. Variants of revenger, take revenge, avenge. From modern, 13th century modern French, means before, and then venger, take revenge. That's what it means.
Sense.
That's what it means. And from the Latin, vindicare, where we get the word vindicate, to lay claim to, avenge, punish.
Restore.
Well, no. We're reading from two different types of dictionaries. I'm reading from.
I was thinking about something about when you said vindication. Vindication is restoring things back to their normal state.
Okay.
How they supposed to be in the first place. IMO.
Yeah, you good. You good what you said, though.
No, I'm with y'all. Go listen. This is your time to shine. Now, talk to me.
I mean, I know a little something about revenge, but it's like a boomerang. That's why I got that R-E in there.
That's right. It's gonna come right back, right?
Yeah.
It usually does.
I did.
Unless, I have a question though. I do have a question though. So for me, like, I'm the type of person that I don't seek out revenge unless you would have to literally knock me in the head like 15,000 times.
Oh no, we don't want to do that.
And then when I knock you back in the head, it's like, your brain's on the floor.
Oh.
And they be like, why do you do that to that person? This motherfucker been knocking me upside my head all this time.
Did you cuss?
I didn't mean to.
Oh, Lord, in the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. You know there is no cursing on the radio. We cannot have
right,
it.
Right. I felt like we was having a conversation.
We
and thought we was just talking.
Lord have mercy. Thank you guys for calling. We appreciate it. You brought us to Cleveland, Ohio. Lord have mercy. You cannot call here cursing. We do not appreciate it. Do not call here cursing. When we come forward, I'm going to go to Houston. We got Detroit. We got Hartford, Connecticut. We on fire all over the country. But I swear for Jesus and them white people in heaven, do not curse on my phone.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
The family of Keenan Anderson is suing the city of Los Angeles for $100 million. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. Keenan Anderson, a high school English teacher that was visiting Los Angeles from Washington, D.C., was tragically killed at the hands of the Los Angeles Police Department in January of this year. His family, alongside civil rights and personal injury attorney Benjamin Crump and Carl Douglas, have announced a $100 million lawsuit against the city of Los Angeles. Crump and Douglas are representing Keenan Anderson's son, Sincere Anderson, and his mother, Gabrielle Hansel. The family is suing for civil rights violations, assault and battery, false imprisonment, and negligence on the part of the LAPD officers. The family of Keenan Anderson and attorneys Crump and Douglas want it to be known that this is only part of a systemic issue within the fabric of police departments everywhere.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail, the ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, Spider-Man and freezing, full effect. You ready, Ron? I'm ready. You ready, Dave? I'm ready, Slick. Are you? Oh yeah, break it down. Girl, I must warn you. I sense something strange in my mind. Yo, situation is. Let's cure it 'cause we're running out of time. It's all so beautiful. Relationships they seem from the start. It's all so when love is not together from the heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now, revenge is poison. My playlist is my co-host. We on fire tonight as usual. Tonight's topic, let the venom hit them. We're talking about couples who tend to enact revenge against each other, man. Very heavy topic. Gosh, a lot of people need to read up on Carl Jung. A lot of his work is very, very powerful. He says, I'm not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Right? Very heavy thought, perspective when you put it in perspective. Like, don't become this person who feels entitled to justice. It's going to come the way it comes. And oftentimes we get so unidirectionally focused on getting back that we wind up hurting ourselves, damaging ourselves, man. It's a heavy piece. We got callers on the line. I want to get everybody on right now. Who's been on the longest? Atala from Houston, Texas. Get in here.
What up, Uncle Joe? How are you?
We got to make it quick, Atala. We up against it. Talk to me.
Oh, my God. We've got like 5 minutes. All right. So I just want to say, I think the reason why people get so mad, the whole revenge thing, they're just mad at themselves, and they're taking that anger out on the person that hurt them. That's it.
That's 100% true, though, Atala. 100% true.
That's it. That's all that internal rage, internal anger, and you're just basically projecting that out to them.
I love it. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it. Houston, Texas is in the building because of you. Let's get to Detroit, Michigan. D, you got to make it quick. Talk to us.
Yes, I was going to say, nobody is God, so nobody is so graceful that they won't take out revenge or retaliate. They may just feel like pain for pain, eye for an eye is the same for them, and it equates to feeling good.
It equates to feeling good. Thank you, D from Detroit, Michigan. We're all over the country. I love that. And then we got Clyde, Hartford, Connecticut. Get in here. Hello, Clyde.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What's up, Zoe?
Yo, man, you're on the air live. Talk to me.
Yo, Zoe, I kind of feel like this. Everybody wants revenge until it's time to be human. So basically saying that everybody wants to get revenge until it's time for them to ask for that same forgiveness that they just gave the vengeance out to.
Say more. What exactly do you mean? Can you say that again, but say it in a simpler way? Because I'm a little lost.
Okay. People want that revenge, but at the same time, when they mess up, they don't want that revenge to come back on them.
So they want unidirectional revenge. They don't understand that they live in a reciprocal world. What you put out is what you get back. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Interesting. Heavy stuff. Hey, Clyde, come on, man. You brought Connecticut in the building. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for reaching out. Listen, from a metaphysical perspective, in the realm of metaphysics, revenge, man, it can be seen as a manifestation of anti-love consciousness. Love, in its purest form, promotes understanding, empathy, and forgiveness. Revenge, on the other hand, stems from a place of anger, resentment, and a desire for retribution. It represents a departure from the path of love and compassion, and it locks you into a cycle of perpetuating negativity, which hinders personal growth. I know a lot of people are like, oh, man, personal growth, healing, letting go, la, 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 la. Listen, you want your spirit clean, right? A lot of people walking around with a very contaminated spirit, all the way from childhood through their relationships, and they cultivate this sense of entitlement. Nobody owes you happiness but you, and it starts with working on yourself. Letting go means to come to the realization that some people are a part of your history, but not a part of your destiny. Steve Maraboli. They are part of your history, but not a part of your destiny. Cry, forgive, learn, move on. Let your tears water the seeds of your future happiness. Steve Maraboli. A lot of people don't want to let go. They want to be able to say, I got a revenge card. The revenge card is really a you owe me card. Nobody owes you the best for you but you. I started the conversation. You finish it. Up next, you already know RSVP with Jill Monroe is about to be on fire tonight. Yes, sir. I'll see y'all next week with some more heaters.
Marianne and Wanda were the best of friends all through their high school days. Both members of the 4-H club, both active in the FFA. After graduation, Marianne